Guys, we are back with our episode 5. Today's Friday. I hope you all having a great day at the office, and if not, then keep listening to our show to make it an awesome one. The topic of the day is salary negotiation. We all make mistakes, and it's not like the conversation always works in your favor. Today we are here to share some office stories of how salary negotiations went wrong and how you can avoid making the same mistake. Over to you, Ved.
Thank you, Raghav. I was working with this very big corporate advertising agency. I don't want to take the name of it, but I would like to share an incident that happened with a friend of mine who was also working in the same company. He was promised that they will give a raise on the basis of his performance after completing 6 months. Between those 3 to 5 months, the manager praised him for his good work and told him that they were happy. 6 months later, when my friend entered the manager's cabin to ask for a raise, you won't believe there was a sudden change in manager's attitude. First, he ignored and simply said didn't have time to discuss it. A few weeks later, the manager all of a sudden started pinpointing the mistakes he did. When he tried to give an explanation, the manager shouted like hell. My friend was taken aback and was in total shock about the whole scenario. Manager started questioning his working style. He kept passing on sarcastic comments and said things like, I won't release your letter if you keep working like that. It was clear that they never intended to pay him more, and that's the reason he left. But quitting is not the solution. Probably what he should have done is put things in writing. So if there is a disagreement, you can always go to court to resolve the matter.
True that. I would also like to share this one incident that happened with my elder brother. He was in young 20s and it was his second professional job as an assistant fashion designer. The offer on the table was more than he had been making, so he accepted it without negotiating at all. That was a rookie mistake. He later got to know through another colleague that another guy, same age and experience as him, was hired 2 weeks later and he was given 10,000 more a year. All because he countered the organization's initial offer. He thought if he had only done the same, he would have been earning more. Sometimes you don't even realize your market worth and end up with a lower salary. Well, few things you should always keep in mind before you accept a new job or a promotion or an annual appraisal. No matter what your profile, it doesn't matter whether you are an intern at an executive level or switching to a director profile. Always be confident, never lower down your value, and never be the first to give a number as you may lose to have an upper hand. Always insist on HR to give their quote, so you will still have a chance to quote a higher number. That's how you should do it. If HR says to you to put together a competitive offer, we need to know what you are looking to make. You should respond, salary is not the number one factor for me in this decision. I'm really excited about the challenges and the opportunities at this organization, and I'm sure you will put together a package that complements the market standards. See how I was intentionally not disclosing a number. As the first person to quote a figure loses the conversation at that point.
Right. An interesting incident I like to share before we close. My dad is someone who is hard to please. It can be really difficult at times to take out the money from his pockets. One day, one of the machines malfunctioned in the factory and work stopped. They were already one day late from the deadline. Some of the engineers, technical guys were looking for the issue, the reason behind machine not working. But no one was able to fix that machine. One guy told them about a mechanic who's an expert in fixing things like these and lives nearby. They called the mechanic guy. He arrives at the site, inspects the machine for a few minutes, and then picked a hammer from the toolbox and hits the machine just one time. The machine starts working from that very moment. Then my dad asked, how much is your service cost? He said 10,000. My dad looked surprised and said, 10,000 for hitting a hammer. He said, money is not for hitting the hammer. It's for where you're hitting the hammer. My dad was impressed with the mechanic guy, and instead of 10,000, my dad gave him 11,000.
That's very impressive, Ved. Anyways, thank you so much, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Have a safe ride home. Stay tuned to our channel. More good things are coming up for you, but you have to wait till our next episode. Office Meetings Do's and Don't comes.